Everyone, I welcome you all to this video, and today in this video we are going to discuss about two functions, that is SQL ISNULL function, and the other function that we are going to discuss about is COALESCE function. So these are the two functions that we are going to discuss, and in order to discuss about these functions we will be requiring a table as well. So I already have a code available, so I'll copy this piece of code and I'll paste it in Microsoft SQL Server so that we will be able to create this table, and then we will use this table to understand about these functions, right? Also, as of now, you can see master DB is selected. Let's say we want our table to reside in maybe profit DB. So we have selected profit DB database, and I will simply execute the statement written from line 4 to line 20, and I will execute it. So commands completed successfully and customers table was created. Now simply click on new query and it will open a new query window for us. And let's run the simple select statement on customers table. So we can write select star from customers, shift up arrow key, control E. Right, so this is the data that we have, right? So now if we will talk about the ISNULL and COALESCE function. So first of all, let's talk about the ISNULL function. So let's say if there's a value and for in a particular column, or even normally if there's a value that you want to check that whether that value is equal to null or not. So if the value is null, let's say you find out that a given value is null, then you want to replace it by some other value. So how you can achieve that, right? So that can be done with the help of ISNULL function. We will take an example. So we can write select ISNULL, bracket open, bracket close, and let's say we will write null, comma, first value null. So what this statement will do, it will, we basically have provided two values, right? So the very first value that we have provided is a null value. And then we have provided the value that should be printed if the first value provided in ISNULL function is found out to be null. So what this will, this particular statement will do is, if I'll execute this statement, so you can see the output is returned as first value null. Why? Because this value was checked and it was equal to null. Since this value was equal to null, that's why this alternate output was shown in the result. And if we will take another example, let's say we will write select ISNULL, bracket open, bracket close, and let's say in the beginning we are providing a value which is a non-null value. So let's say we will write maybe ABC, ABX, comma, let's write null. And let's see what is the output. So if we will select the statement written in line 8 and will execute it, so the output is ABX. So the value it checked and this value was not equal to null, so this value was returned. If this value will be equal to null, then in that case, whatever you have written here in the values after the comma, so the replacement value that you have mentioned, basically, that will be shown in the output. Let's consider one more example where we will write null in both the places. If we will execute this statement, the output should be null. Why? Because the first value was checked. Since it was equal to null, so the replacement value was shown as the output. And that is also null. That's why null is being shown. So that's how ISNULL function can be used. If we will talk about COALESCE function, so similarly for COALESCE function as well, we can write select COALESCE, bracket open, bracket close. COALESCE function basically searches for the first non-null value, and it will basically return the first non-null value. And the COALESCE function, you can provide multiple values as well in the arguments. So let's say we want to provide certain values. So the first value is A, comma, then the second value is B. Then let's say we have another value as C, right? So if I will try to execute the statement written in line 12, this will simply return A. This is returning A because A is the first non-null value that it found. If we will modify this statement a little bit, and we will write it in this way, so that in place of A, we have a null value. So since COALESCE function returns first non-null value, so it will show the output as B, right? Similarly, if we will be having null values both in place of A and B, so C is the non-null value. If we will execute it, execute statement written in line 16, this will give us the output as C. Why? Because this is the first non-null value in a set of the values provided. Now let's consider some more examples. So if we will see the table that we have created, so we created the customers table, and I will write select star from customers. So this is the table that we have. Let's say we want to display the data of customer ID, email, and phone number. So what we can write? We can write select customer ID, comma, email, comma, phone number from customers table. If we will execute this statement written in line 21, you can see that at certain places we have null values. So if we will talk about email and phone number, then we have null values in both these columns. So we want to handle these null values, and if we will find null values in, let's say, email column, then we want to provide some text wherein, let's say, it should be written that no email found. And for phone number as well, if there's a value that's a null value, so we should write that phone number is not provided or phone number not available. So we can modify this statement, and we can rewrite this statement in this way, that is select customer ID, comma, is null. We are using is null function. Is null email, comma, in the single quotes, email not available. So if non-null email value will be available, so email value will be returned. But if, let's say, the email column has value null, then in that case, this text will be printed. This text will be shown, comma, is null, bracket open, phone number, comma, phone number not available. So we can write phone number not available, bracket close, from the name of the table, that is customers. If we will now execute, as of now, you can see that null values are being shown in email column and phone number column. If we will now select the statement written in line 23, and if we will execute it, so you can see that at certain places, we can see this message that email not available, then phone number not available here, and phone number not available here as well. So that is how we can use ISNULL function, and we can provide a replacement for the given values in case if there are nulls in the data. Now let's take an example to understand about the COALESCE function as well. So we can write select customer ID, comma, let's say we do not want to return the email and phone number both. We just want to return, first of all, we want to return the email, but if email is null, then we want phone number to be returned. And even if there are cases where email and phone number both are null, then in that case, we want the value to be returned as not available. So for that purpose, we can use COALESCE function. So we can write COALESCE, bracket open, email, comma, phone number, comma, inside the single quotes, you can write, let's write contact not available. Contact not available, bracket close. So from customers table. So if we will execute the statement written in line 25, So this COALESCE function will first of all check for email. If the email is fine, I mean it's a non-null value, so the email will be returned. If email is null, then phone number will be checked, and then if phone number is non-null, then it will be returned. And if email and phone both are null, then in that case, contact not available, this text will be shown, right? So we can provide an alias name to this expression as well. So here we can write in the bracket COALESCE function. So since COALESCE function searches for first non-null value, so let's execute the statement written in line 25. And you can see that a new column was returned. And in this column, wherever the emails were available, emails were populated. And if the emails were null, so the phone numbers, wherever phone numbers were available, then those phone numbers were populated. And if there were cases where neither phone number was available and nor email was available, so for all those cases, contact not available, this was printed. This was shown in the output. So let's talk about record number 4. So you can see that COALESCE function column returned the output or shows the output contact not available, right? Because for record number 4, email ID was null and your phone number was also null. That's why. So these were some of the examples through which we have discussed about these functions, and we will meet in the next session. We will discuss about other functions as well. Till then, thank you. Bye-bye.